Hello friends, welcome to Akulmach. My name is Chandrakant and you are watching me live. And today we are going to pick your mind about the latest happening in the area of business. And as you know that a lot is happening. We keep hearing about jobs cut, we keep hearing about layoffs and how the business is going to evolve. Every day there are new things coming, and of course the biggest trend in the market is introduction of AI. And for simple thing like Google search, now we are actually using AI. And if you see that this kind of intuitive AI which is now transforming the way people are basically using AI. Already a lot of companies are coming with tailor-made offerings using this open AI, which is free of course, and then you can actually make it tailor-made and start charging a little bit small amount for that extra benefit. So already you're seeing these things happening. The intelligent bots have become things of the past. So basically, AI and the machine learning are basically disruptive businesses. Disruptive. Whatever disruptive that we talk about, these are the biggest disruptor because AI is not only being used in small things, but even in large things. Even if you look at the Googles and if you also look at the e-governance, everywhere there is an AI, and interaction with citizens, interaction with customers is basically going to be taken over completely by AI. So while this is happening, should we be worried about the jobs? Are we going to be losing our relevance as being humans? So this is exactly what we are going to discuss. And since I'm live, I would expect your participation. Your messages will get displayed on the screen here, out there behind me, and I can read your messages, your questions with your name, and I can answer you. All right, so let's begin our discussion today. Well, as I said, the AI is the biggest disruptor today. It is changing all the methods and the way we basically do business, the way we carry out our lives, the way we actually meet our friends, the way we use our social media. All that is undergoing tremendous change because of this AI. And earlier AI was very specialized. It was used by only large entities. People like Google, Microsoft, Amazon, they had the access. And now because of the OpenAI, everybody has the access. So OpenAI is more or less rolled out in all countries, especially with Bing. And whoever is using Bing in whichever country, you have the ability to use AI to solve complicated questions about your life. So simple things which you believe are complicated are being handled by AI today. But if you increase the level, then when it comes to actual business association with the clients, AI is basically become very cheap, and that becomes an excuse for replacing humans who are doing that client interaction related jobs or call center can be very easily replaced by the AI bot. And AI is slightly different than the automated bots that we were used to in Facebook and other places. Since AI is able to think intuitively, the responses are very, very highly, it appears to be human like, even though the OpenAI is searching the web and basically giving you an answer, but it is very, very human like. So you don't need a human being to be present because that human being is now becoming redundant. So considering all these changes in our life, we should be worried. I think I asked that question in the beginning. Should we be worried about losing jobs? Of course, we should be worried. We should be very worried. And I will actually present certain statistics to you where we will talk about what is going out of the system and what new things are coming so that we are better prepared as a workforce. So I think let's handle the elephant in the room first. And let's talk about next 5 years because nothing will happen in immediately. Nothing is going to happen tomorrow. So the predictions are that during the next 5 years, by 2027, starting from this year, because AI has come in a big way in 2023. So let's talk about 5 years. A quarter of the jobs will be lost completely in next 5 years. That means quarter quarter percent population, 25% population of the world will not find jobs within next 5 years and will be jobless. Now, this is a good statistics too, as a starting point. So, what we should be doing as human beings? Are we going to sit idle and say and curse ourselves? Oh, we don't have a job now. What do we do? We studied this for nothing. We wasted our time. But that is where human nature comes in, because we never get defeated, and that is the clear difference between human and machines. So even though AI is there, AI seems to be much more intelligent. It is not a dumb software. However, we are humans. We are much superior than AI. So we can actually start gathering new skills. So let's look at other statistics which are available. The next data is actually in absolute numbers. So because of this entry of AI, 69 million new jobs will be created in next 5 years. I think that is something that we should look at. And as people say that we should always look at the positive side. So 69 million new jobs will be created, which are absolutely new kind of jobs. It's not something that you have been doing. These are all the jobs which are related to new skill sets which you people like you will acquire, and institutes will start offering as a new skill set, new course material, and absolutely new, the likes of these jobs nobody has seen before. So new jobs will be created. It is not like new job vacancies, absolutely clean slate, something absolutely new. 69 million new jobs will be created in next 5 years. So that is because of the disruption created by AI. There are new jobs, new opportunities coming up, which ourselves we have not seen. These are going to be created new, because humans being humans will have to do something new, something much more creative. Okay, let's look at other data point. The other data point is also about, while 69 million jobs will be created, the absolute number, how many people will lose their job? 83 million will not find jobs in next 5 years. That means people who will not, gather new skills will definitely will become jobless, and these jobs will go out of the system. So these 83 million jobs that I'm talking about are the jobs which are outdated, which are no longer required, because all those jobs have been already taken over by AI. So these jobs will be slowly shunted out of the system, and it's basically because of the cost, because humans will require a place to sit, require salary, require water to drink, food to eat, etc., etc. So companies will then not need all this expenses. They can simply shift that redundant job or monotonous job to OpenAI, and then OpenAI will then once configured will start learning the whole thing and start behaving like a human being after 1 or 2 weeks. So I think it makes sense. Even you would do that if you are a businessman. You would like to cut your cost at any in whichever way you want, and especially the competition is cutthroat, so you don't want to increase your cost. So if you can lay off certain people, or basically deploy them in some other roles, new skills which you can think of, and if some people fit into that role, you would like to shift, and this way you can control your cost. And so to understand this data point, 83 million jobs will be totally redundant, not required, and this 83 million jobs globally will go out of the window. That means no more requirement for those kind of skill sets. While people are definitely required, people are the workforce, and therefore people can gather new skills which will be putting them in that 69 million job category, which are absolutely new. So something that we must understand this, with positive frame of mind, that AI is a disruptor. It is changing things, and it is inevitable. Whatever we are talking today is going to happen. It is inevitable. You can't keep thinking about, oh, the old time was good, oh, what government is doing, are they controlling it adequately, or some smart guy will wake up one day and say, hey, we need regulations, we need to regulate AI is not good. And then I heard in the news that some old scientist resigned from Google because he thinks that AI is not good for the world. All right, let's look at the new world. Let's look at where we are going, and ask yourself, can you fight the AI, or you will actually tag along and grow? I mean, that is a choice that you have to make. Okay, so let's look at the next data point. You see, it is a misconception which I wanted to clarify, is that there are many things happening, and it's not only the AI which is responsible for changing this job market. It is also the geopolitical situation which is actually happening in the world today. There has been a shift from globalization to localization. So what used to be global kind of a company is now forced to look in the local scenario and forced to look at the local opportunities, because the global business is drying away. Whichever part of the world you live in, the global business, what used to be earlier, is sort of drying away. So there is a geopolitical shift from being global to being local, and being national, and so on. So because of this localization of service and supply chain, there is a realignment of the job market as well. So it is not only the technology, it is also the geopolitical situation which is in fact responsible for this shrinking of the current job market. But then every good thing has to come out from something which is some change which is happening. So the good thing is that new type of skill sets are coming, and since we are living in the era of millennials, there are opportunities, new skills which can be acquired, especially by youngsters, and they can be very, very useful for our future. And let the AI handle the mundane part of it. All right. So I think this is something which is a very good point. And as I said, technology is not the only factor for churn in the job market. So it's not the technology which is responsible for this job loss, or layoffs happening. It's basically during the pandemic, all these companies basically ended up hiring big time left, right, and center, because they thought, okay, now we are going to change the world, because of pandemic everything is shut down, we will basically regroup ourselves. So they actually went on a hiring spree in 2020. Those roles are being fired, those jobs are being laid off, because in last 3 years so much has changed. So therefore this layoff, the era of layoff which is happening in 2023, which is expected to continue till the end of the year. And if you look at the business news, every big company is announcing layoff. It is all across the world, in all major economies. So I think we have to understand their reality. We have to smell the coffee, and we have to understand what is going on. And there's no point in blaming AI or technology, because the entire geopolitical situation across the world is also changing. And that is also changing the way we get international projects, we get new business, we used to get new work, because that kind of work is not required now. So there is more of a localization which is happening. There are new opportunities emerging locally. You don't have to basically go around the world, where you can start doing business locally. So I think you have to open your eyes and start looking at the opportunity which exists closer to you. So I think this is what a big change that is happening, and definitely you can leverage AI to your advantage in such a scenario. And therefore, I would like to emphasize on this very important point in about gaining new skills. There are lot of government initiatives, especially if you are in India. There is a skill development corporation, which is a government owned company, having tie-up with Microsoft, IBM, and HP, providing lot of new skills to a lot of people absolutely free of cost. Their target is to train at least 200 to 300 million people. So it's a big initiative which is going on in India. I'm sure in all progressive countries, such initiatives are going on. And even if there are no government initiative going on, there are a lot of private entities who are providing new skill sets. There are a lot of new skill sets required. For example, video creation is a skill set. How do you basically write a script? How do you basically implement AI? How do you basically ensure that there are no IPR violations? Whole lot of new skills are coming up every day and coming up very fast. So there are new skill sets required. There is a workforce which is needed. There is a lot of automation, so there is a lot of opportunities in the area of education technology. There are a lot of opportunities in the area of medical technologies, so that area is exploding. But the biggest explosion that is happening is in the area of the skill development itself. The skill industry is also booming. So when we talk about skill development, there has to be somebody who's going to be basically providing that skill. So this arena is also giving a lot of opportunity. And if you look at the overall world scenario, whichever country you are in, the 6 out of 10 people will require new skills, and somebody has to provide these new skills. So this new skill arena is one of the big entity. So while we talk about skill development, but who's providing the skills? It will be guys like you and me who have these new skills, who have taken early lead in basically getting those skills, and then now you want to share those skills. So obviously you will not like to share those skills for free. You are going to create some sort of a environment, classroom, etc., and charge some sort of fee. So this is also a very big segment where a lot of people depend on people who or have already acquired skills, and now they are willing to impart as a trainer. So this area is exploding. This is going to be the biggest revenue earner in next 5 years until 2027. What else is happening in this world? Well, of course, e-commerce is going to take the world by storm. And as you know that e-commerce is also using a lot of AI technology. Right now, we have this, they already have a lot of AI, like guys like Walmart, Amazon, etc. However, the last mile delivery is always taken care by human. These companies are now experimenting with automated drones for delivery. So who knows, after 5 years, we will get delivery of the e-commerce, the last leg of the e-commerce taken care by AI. So we will not need even delivery guys to be employed by the e-commerce industry. It will get completely automated. And you know that e-commerce is the largest segment. So in next 5 years, the training arena is going to grow tremendously. And also the e-commerce arena, which is also going to grow tremendously. So there's a lot of things which will happen online. The training will also happen online. AI can be utilized for your training, and also the e-commerce is going to come up in a very big way. So in the end, are you ready for this AI challenge? I think the answer should be yes. We should be ready. We should embrace this new wave which is happening, which we are all experiencing together. Nobody can say, hey, I'm sitting in this corner in the United States and I don't know what AI is going to do in the rest of the world. That is not the case today. Everybody is selling in the same boat. Whatever is happening in US is happening in India, is also happening in China, is also happening in EU, and so on and so forth. So while 10 years back the effect was delayed, something happens in a part of the world, you will probably get to know about it after a month. Here right now what is happening is, if something goes wrong in US, we immediately get the ripple effect in India, and something goes wrong in India, the US guys will start getting the ripple effect of that, and so on and so forth. So world is definitely a different place right now, and it's going to be going in that direction. So my 2 cents in the end, with that I can end my discussion, is that be ready to embrace AI, be ready to acquire new skill sets, and next 5 years are very, very crucial. So with that, I will like to end my monologue, and I like to hear from you. If you have any suggestions, any questions, any thoughts, I'll be more than happy to receive your comments. So as always, thanks for watching, and I will catch you again in the next month, my friends. Bye bye.